Hi guys, my hat's gonna fall off here. Hello, 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 good morning, it's hot. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. Tomorrow I should get my main account back, but not till almost 9. Not till almost 9. Well, here I am, Shari. Here I am. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I had a relaxing day yesterday, well, other than Grandpa, but tried to read my book, get going on it, so I can start my other book, and it's too hot to do anything, you know what I mean? So today, I don't know if I'm gonna go see the Nuggets or not. They have people coming over to swim early in the day, so we'll see if I'm gonna head up there this afternoon. Been out for 13 hours. Internet? It has? Wow, Kim. Crazy. Heat or just down lines? I don't know. How y'all doing? Hey, Kels. Okay, so here's the thing. Vegas. If you're going to Vegas and I don't have your number, you better text me your number. Not text me. Email me your number. We just started a WhatsApp for the Vegas trip. So anybody who is going to Vegas and needs something, needs to get on our calling list so you know what we're doing, email me. mrsdcellnorcal3@gmail.com. So that way I can get your number and put it in there so we can chat. But you need to download WhatsApp if you don't have it. We figured that was the easiest way because not everybody has Apple phones and it kind of messes up the chat sometimes. Hello for the love of. It is Sunday morning. Already hot in here. Hot in her. Sure is hot in her. Thanks, a hick from WB. Can we have I don't know. Shari, it all depends. Like yesterday, I thought maybe I would do it, but my night with Ed was horrible. You know, it's hard when it's late. It's hard when it's hot and you can't get out. It's hard when, you know, there's change in the house. WhatsApp, Celeste, WhatsApp. You have to go to your app store and download it. WhatsApp. What's happening? App, APP. Hello, Maria. And so there was no way I could have done a live last night. I was in a shitty mood. Ed was pissed off. I know. Hey, Celeste, let me tell you, girl, I'm the same way. So Tony was trying to tell me, I said, I don't know how to figure this shit out. She said, I'll do it. I already had WhatsApp. So anyhow, you know what I mean? They just started the thread for me because I was trying to do something with WhatsApp for this cat litter box. I couldn't do it. It took me over an hour to figure it out. Still didn't figure it out. So I said, well, if y'all want to do, it's easy. LV just did it, and we walked her through it. Did Ed die? I don't think so. He kept me up all night. I don't think he's dead. The litter box, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to post about it. I'm actually thinking about buying one for my bathroom and figuring it out. You know what I mean? Because I love it. I just gotta use an extension cord. I don't have to clean the litter box in there. Once a week, I throw out the shit. It's the best thing ever. Not going there, but lots of suggestions. Oh, that would be nice. It's free. We need free shit. Do you know that it'll cost $60 just to enter the pool? $60 per person. Just to enter the pool area. What? Huh? Who? What? I hate fucking Vegas. Everything. My friend's like, well, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna exercise? I said, oh, I'll just wake up early and go for a run. This morning she's like, well, why don't you check the forecast right now, as if you were in Vegas? It was already almost 100 degrees. I can't run at 7:30 and 100 degrees. The fuck? So, y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. And you know, they're gonna charge to use the gym. I ain't spending $25 a day to use the gym. So I'll just turn on some music and dance for 20 to 30 minutes, get my heart rate up, because yeah, this is ridiculous. So we looked up like a cabana. We thought, well, maybe we can get us all, those who want to go to the pool, a cabana. The cabanas are like $600 for 8 people, plus admittance. So are you saying that if I don't pay, I can't use the pool? So let me tell you a little secret. Pool's out for me. I'm not spending because then you have to buy drinks. Oh, thanks, Sherry. It was all fun. Right? Then you have to pay for drinks there. It's like what? So you want me to spend $400 in a couple of hours? I'd rather stick that fucking $400 in a slot machine. Yes. So I'm doing a commercial for the love of, but I'm waiting for the approval of my video. Yeah, well, I'm sure, Nicole, there'll be plenty of that. Hanky panky. We're in Vegas for a weekend. Who did a video saying Grandpa passed? And whoever did it, you need to give me the handle, because I'm gonna fucking blast their asses. JJ Bean, stop telling a 50-year-old fucking woman what to do. I ain't gonna stop swearing. So if you don't like it, scroll the fuck out. Yeah, so anyhow. I'm a cusser. JJ Bean just called me a cusser. No shit, Sherlock. I sure am. Really? Y'all find me the person who did it. Please find me the person who did it. I would love to see that shit. And I would love to report the fucking shit out of that. So yeah, if you have, boy, bye. I saw it and had to look to see if it was true. That also made my heart. Yeah, if you can, or tag me here, email me, mrsdcellnorcal3@gmail.com, because that's fucking ridiculous. It was the video I saw before finding your line. Really? Y'all, Grandpa's fine. He kept us up all night long. So he's alive and kicking. Now, Ellis Island. It's not on the menu, but at least they had filet. So here's the thing. It's gonna be fucking hot. You know, I don't know. Plans seem to change when it's 5,026 degrees outside, right? So I don't know what we're gonna do. Some people, you screamed, oh my God, GTI. Somebody's gonna have to send me the link. Something. How would you be able to afford everything if something happens to that great man? Well, let me tell you how I could afford it. Did you know that my husband's an attorney? Do you know that my husband made more money than Grandpa ever made in his whole career? Did you know that everything we have is because of my husband and me, not Grandpa? And continues on with that way. So yes, we will be fine when the great man passes financially. So you ask a question, I tell you. So get it over your fucking self. I assume because of the search. Oh. How do people leave out the fact that my husband was an attorney? How do they not pay attention to that fact? It's a small, simple fact. We've made more money than most people ever make in their lifetime. Why do people assume that it's all because of Grandpa? Grandpa retired early. He doesn't have much. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I need to find it. But that's what's weird to me, is why they assume that. Because we have social media, right? Grace, I'm struggling with my arm fat too right now, girl. Age does nothing for us. But do I brag much? Sheila, that's stating a fact. It's not bragging. I said we made, past tense, made. We haven't made that in years because my husband doesn't work. Made. One more time. Made. Yeah. So past tense. Yes, we made a shit ton of money back in the day. And then when you go through a partner breakup and lawsuits because of said partner, well, it takes the love out of what you did, right? And so no, luckily we made a lot because that kept us afloat. Sheila. So my point is that no, we don't need Grandpa's finances. And if we did, it wouldn't be enough for much. Started yesterday. Oh, cleaning sofas. Ew. For exercise early in the morning in Vegas. Well, for the love of it, was almost 100 degrees at 7:30. I have to get up at 4 a.m. No. Sheila's obviously bored because I don't know why people miss that thing, you know. For the love of, I ain't waking up at 4 a.m. Becky, I think they're just jealous because we're kind of, you know, we're not paupers. I mean, on social media. Meaning that, like, we are paupers to most because most people are making a shit ton of money. We ain't making a shit ton of money. We're paying our bills. But the people who have some people with 2 million followers make a shit ton of money because they have sponsors and they do a lot of ads. You know, our ads and our stuff is few far between because we're picky. We don't want to just sell ourselves to the devil. We want to do things that we believe in and we stand behind. Like this litter box. Y'all, I said I was going to try it out for 2 weeks before I made my video and before I posted it. Now I'm proud to post it because it's badass. Now I forget I have to clean the other litter box because I don't have to touch this one. You know what I mean? I hate natural breaks, see? I'm like Jade. I would have gone to the store and gotten more. No way in hell would I have stopped in between. I have some lovely tummy fat. Hate it. How did you? Yes. I'll show you. I can only speak on the one that I've been using for the last 2 weeks. So, yes, Trina. So, I will tell you exactly which one it is once I can post the video. Because I totally stand behind it. I want another one. So anyhow, stay tuned for that. It's hard when you're dealing with, in holidays and stuff like that. And so I'm assuming that's what the holdup is. So I can post it. I did it 2 weeks ago, like 4 to 5 days in, I did it, the video, just to have it ready. Oh no, I know, Sue, you guys are gonna get it. 10 years. Oh, Jane, it's great. Yeah. So if you guys are thinking about one, definitely, if you want my word of mouth, there'll be a link that you can click and purchase it from there. I know, Kelsey, I'm trying to think about that. I'm like, how can I finagle another one? Can I have another one? The other one seems to be working too good, and my cats are fighting over who uses it. Really? You like the dry heat? Oh, we have dry heat in Sacramento. I fucking hate it. So, where do you guys, Mona, it'll be, as soon as I get the approval for my video, there will be a link on my video that you can buy it. Oh, you are close to Galveston? Yeah, fuck. Well, I hope you're okay. Thanks, Cheryl. I'm crazy. How do you have work for everyone? Yes. Tara Bear, this has been something that, my exercise routine, you guys, it's ingrained in me from my disease of anorexia nervosa. Along with it comes body dysmorphia, blah, blah, blah. I tried to be bulimic, never worked. I couldn't get myself to throw up for the life of me. Let me tell you, I tried many things. This is one of the habitual habits that I do, right, is this. So it kickstarts my day, makes me feel better, it gives me a boost before I peter out at the end of the day. So anywho, that's me. I can't give you any foresight into it because I've been doing it since I was 14. I have never missed a day. Now, I exercise more now than I did in my early 20s, right? If I did a mile and a half, I thought I was badass. But I always exercised. So, the only thing I can do is it takes, 21 days to make a habit. You gotta just get up and move. Find a time of day that works for you and always set aside time. Thanks, Sleeps. You guys remember, tapping is clapping. If you enjoy being here, continue to tap until your fingers bleed. Now you all got 10 of them. So you got a lot of tapping to do. As far as YouTube, come on, hit the 3 dots, give me a like. Yeah. Flat tummy for rotten teeth. Well, most of the time when you're bulimic, you don't even have a flat tummy. You're yellow and your teeth are yellow. But it is what it is. I tried, it didn't work. I'm fine. I just starved myself to death. Nothing like restrictions of food. I wish I had that today. Y'all, I finished the Ruffles. We are done with the Ruffles. Now, I'm on the journey to better eating without the Ruffles. Hi, Frogman. I heard there's a fire in your state. There's always fires in the state at this time. I think there's one up in El Dorado County. I was told, thanks PX. The ortho always told you, yes, move it or lose it. Y'all, as women grow older, we get fucked. Let me say it again. As women grow older, we get fucked. We've got hormones galore. We've got changes in our body due to said hormones, and it is hard to maintain a weight that is normal. Cheddar Ruffles, they're good too. They're good too. I'll take some cheddar. No, I will not take any Cheddar Ruffles. Run! I've been eating chips for the last 10 days like My life depended on it. Now this girl can eat. Some of you might not think so, but I eat, girls and boys, and it's not okay. Little moderation is key. Girl, this bitch doesn't know how to moderate when it comes to chips. Everything else, I can moderate, I lose. It's like my heroin, my crack, cocaine for some people. Can't do it. I'd give up alcohol for chips. Y'all who think I'm an alcoholic, fuck that shit. Just send me chips. I can do without the alcohol. Chips are my worst addiction ever. Ugh. Ron, don't mention the ruffles in here anymore. I'm in recovery. I sure am. Chips and ice cream. I can do a little away with the ice cream. I love protein, but it's protein. I eat protein every fucking day. I want chips, damn it. And as I left yesterday, I saw somebody on the live say, finish those chips. Damn right I took your advice. Get them out of the house. Have you tried Munchos? I love everything. The Munchos, the ones with the mixes, my condolences to me for what? Grandpa did not fucking die, if that's what you're saying. Grandpa did not die. If Grandpa died, do you think I'd be on here laughing? Literally, do you think I'd be on alive? Come on, y'all. Get over yourselves. So everybody who sees that fucking video, report it. For, there is something on there for mistruths. Spreading, yeah. Grandpa is not dead. I would not be on here laughing and joking. Y'all need to get on there and report that fucker, whoever it is. Y'all, this is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to be spending my time talking about the non-death of Ed. So, if you guys see it, report it. Thanks, Slick. I saw something come through. I think it was on. Thank you, Adam. If Grandpa dies, right, we will come on. You will see me or Dan making an announcement, right? It won't be, nobody will be here chatting, laughing, and doing what she normally does. Terry, if somebody's asking $5.99 a month for a lease, please report them. I do not ask for money, right? I do not ask for money. But this person who is spreading this ugly rumor, it's going to be reported and it's going to be sent to connections we have in TikTok. Thank you. Yeah, you guys, that's disgusting and it's ridiculous, especially the people asking for money, claiming to be us. We do not ask for money. We don't have any sort of list, a grandpa wish list. No. You guys, we financially can handle anything grandpa needs. And if we couldn't, he can handle his own. That's why his money's there, or for his own spending, medically or anything like that. As for people, like, I don't understand how people ask, because they're people from other countries. Sometimes they're just trying to, it's any scam that people are trying to do. Dan and I would never ask for money at all from anybody. We wouldn't private message you at all either. So if somebody's reaching out through a private message, it's not us, right? I'm not asking for favors. I'm not trying to start conversations. I don't have fucking time to conversate with my own husband. So I will not do any of those things. So please, for the love of Pete, if anybody's asking for money, if anybody's messaging you, if anybody is spreading vicious rumors report them for misinformation. Report them for taking advantage, fraud, right? There's also a fraud thing you can add. That is fraud. That is criminal activity. That is against the law. Pretending to be somebody else and asking for money. So if money exchanges hands, they could be in big trouble. They could be in big trouble. So don't believe the rumors. Y'all just please band together and get that fucker taken down for spreading that ugly lie. TikTok, I think, allows things to happen more than YouTube. I think YouTube is more user-friendly than TikTok. TikTok takes me down for the smallest things because of mass reporting. I don't get taken down at all on YouTube because they give you a little bit more freedom of speech, you know? Freedom of speech. Isn't that funny? Here we are on TikTok fighting for freedom of speech, but yet they give the freedom of speech to the trolls, not the creators. Funny. Danielle's not too happy with the TikTok right now. Once again, advocate or no advocate, she ain't happy because it just so happened on a holiday week, and I don't know, you know, questioning some things, and oh my God, YouTube is just so stress-free for the most part. So I love YouTube. TikTok is temperamental and it's a pain in the ass. The only difference between the two is YouTube tends to generate a little bit more follows, quicker, get you out there a little bit more, where YouTube's more of a slow, gradual climb. So that's why most people do both, because YouTube does reach out differently than other social media. But their politics and the way they treat their creators is shit. Susan, my account comes back tomorrow, so that's good. But I have a couple of emails once again and some phone texts this week. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, see this face? Yeah. So TikTok is a pain in my ass, and I'm not happy with it. So I'm assuming everything will be fine once the normal week kicks in and people are not on vacation. So we'll see. Oh, for the love of, I couldn't handle it. My friends left yesterday from one chip addict to another regarding how to enlarge your man's tool in 15 seconds. They are? That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. Can you send me that link, Italian girl? I may need it for Dan. So here's the thing. You know, they fit on YouTube. That's how we make money. Just to be honest, Italian girl. When you get up to a certain level on YouTube, that's how we make money, is the ads. So I can't get away with the ads because this is how I make my living. But I understand they're annoying. But just know that that's how creators make money, is from the ads. What else was I going to say about that? Oh, and what they do is they also, when you go through a, when you post a video, it goes through a check, and then it associates certain ads to your content, right? They try to make it relatable. So the member tool for the man seems like it would fit my content, right? I mean, come on, Italian girl, give it to them a little bit for making the connection. We are talking about members a lot, so you know they do paste, and that's part of their check when they put the ads on. Sometimes when I've noticed when it's controversial, like if we're talking about women's rights, well, obviously, but people, so those products pay YouTube, right? Those products pay YouTube to, I'm just trying to explain the business aspect of it. Those products pay YouTube to air their ads, right? And in turn, that's how they pay their creators. So I understand it is what it is, but it is what it is. You got to make money somehow. Everybody's trying to make a little buck these days. So that's just how the whole business side of it works. So cut me a little slack on the on the ads. It helps when you watch the ads, unfortunately. Well, I'm just giving you shit. It does help, I think, when you watch the ads. And even if you were to purchase something, I think even helps, from what I understand. I'm not asking you to purchase anything. They are annoying, and I get it. But this girl's just trying to make a buck here and there, you know what I mean? Anyhow, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. I'm not gonna, no. I'm in here to make money at this point. You know, we are fortunate enough. We are fortunate enough. I don't know, Becky. Somebody said if you watch the ads, I get more money because it's more airtime. I could be wrong. I believe you too, Italian girl. I get it. It should be legitimate stuff. But the pool, $60 for admittance, just to get and then $45 for a chair. $60 doesn't even get you a chair in the pool. $60 to get in. The eyes are not on your channel. But it is kind of funny that it was a blow-up penis apparatus, right? Come on. Does that not fit my channel or what? And just like the lip plumpers, I can tell you that it, you know, it does. It does do a little bit. I don't know from personal experience. I promise you I've never tried it. But, you know, it does plump it up a little bit. It works for our lips. It's going to work for that. So it's not going to grow it, you know, like longevity. If it pumps it and plumps it, get it in quick and finish the job, because it will deflate eventually. But it's worth a try, right? No, I don't have any comps because I don't play in Vegas. Thanks, Becky. But I don't know for sure, so don't feel obligated. Hard to act tough when you're on a treadmill. I didn't know I was trying to act tough. I don't know what. Y'all, am I trying to act tough? Fuck it, I am tough. I don't need to act it. What the hell do you know? So anyhow, thank you guys on TikTok. Keep tapping. You guys are amazing. Yeah, so it looks like Slicky, we ain't going to the pool. You know? We ain't going to the pool. I'll be sitting inside. We'll find an area and just sit and chat and fuck. Maybe I'll upgrade to a suite so we have a place to converge. I'll have to do some stuff. It's basically the same as a bee-hole. Speaking of holes, does a straw have two holes or one? A hole and a butthole are the same things. Asshole is just another word for a butthole. So I'm not trying to get yeah. You know, at this point, Celeste, I don't really care. I don't really care. You know, if we're together having fun, we're just kind of doing what we do, I'm okay with that too. The idea is to get there. Some people, if people want to do whatever they want to do, if they want to go and they want to see shows that people don't want to go to, this isn't just a must stay with the Salinger farm, right? We're in Vegas. We'll at least catch up if everybody wants to do their own thing at some point during the day. I will be drinking. I will be having fun. I will be canoodling. I will be playing. And I will be trying just to enjoy my time. That's it. Bye, Mona. One of the best I've seen. Oh, thanks, Albert. I appreciate that. Kathy, it is permanent. So he's stuck with it until it washes out. So anyhow, yeah, I'll just, Jen's going to be drinking with me. So anyhow, I think we're going to have a fun time anyway. So I think I'm going to call the Nugget today and see what I can do. See if I can talk to anybody and maybe figure something else out since things are so expensive. Going to work off my chips. That's what I'm trying to do too, sup. Have a good one. No more chips today. Let's do it. No chips for me. Oh, it's going to be hard. You hate the dark hair on Dan. Well, Debbie, it was all for fun. It really was. He was a trooper. Let's look at it that way. It is not becoming, absolutely not. But here's the thing, we're stuck with it. We're stuck with it. I mean, there's no reversal of the permanent dye. So it is what it is. He looks like an idiot. It's fine. But y'all are so harsh to him. Y'all are so mean. I don't even know why I'm defending him. Because no, it's not. See, we've been looking into it. It pisses me off. They're great pools, but I ain't spending money like that to get into it. And then you have to drink. You know, there's like a drink minimum. So if you ain't drinking alcohol, they expect you to buy shit. Fuck that shit. That's one of the reasons why I hate Vegas. Most of us are going to contribute enough to the gaming devices inside. Like, come on. At least get me in the fucking pool, you know, for a day, a couple of hours. I'm melting here. Thanks, Deb. So he may want to shave it, just to see. I want him to keep the handlebar mustache. I think, I know, it'll eventually come out. The problem, he's baking soda and the dye will come out much faster. I also heard Head and Shoulders. So you guys have to remember that a lot of that darkness is on the scalp. So that's really difficult too to get out until he scrubs it. But I do have Head and Shoulders, so I'll make him use that. You guys got to remember that. Do you think he's happy with the way he looks? Come on. He doesn't. So just lay off of him, for fuck's sake. He was a trooper by allowing it to be done. You know, did we think it was going to be so bad? No. I mean, it is what it is, but the comments are so horrible. Women are so mean. Like, I just feel, because I'm his wife, like I have to defend him. I'm the fucking one who has to live with it. I have to look at him and have serious conversations with him. It is ridiculous. But it was all for fun. It does look bad, Amanda. But thanks for the, it's horrible. But you guys don't need to say, God, it's awful. People are on there saying, ooh. I'm like, God, you don't think he feels bad enough than to people to don't say anything at all. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Right, that's brave, right? I will, Jen. It's brave. He did it. How many of us would do that? None of you. So, yeah. Did you hear how I said it, though? I'm the one who has a serious conversation with it. It's not fun. And then I just start laughing because it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I'm on Facebook. I'm defending him so much, honestly. Don't even waste your breath, Deb, on Facebook. You don't have to. I mean, that's not us. If people want to invest their time on the scam sites, let them have fun with it. Yeah, and let's remember it was started off. It's bad, Kim. Stop. Y'all don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie to make him feel better. Just don't say anything. He's a good sport is what it was. It's hideous. Fuck. I posted a picture of him on Instagram. Any of you follow me on Instagram? It's when he had the dye in his hair. He's gonna kill me for it. Thank you, Leslie. I don't know what the fuck that shit was about. And it is ridiculous. He's gonna see that and be like, why did you do that? Because it's funny. It's funny. It's not supposed to be a serious thing. And then there was a woman, Kim Taylor, that was on there, and I was looking, because I posted it yesterday on YouTube, and somebody says, some woman was like, yeah, and he's disgusting. That is ugly. He looks ugly. He's getting fat. He needs to really watch what he eats. I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. I didn't even respond. People were like, whoa. I mean, that's a little, aggressive. I knew. I think that's why he doesn't go out. The fucker hasn't even gone out to go get lunch in the last couple days. You guys, I mean, people are so fucking mean. You know, to me, that's projecting their own ugliness on him. But yes, it started off to raise money for Alzheimer's. Y'all should raise it because I made it more permanent. And he has to live like that until it slowly goes away. It's funny. So he's like, I think I'm gonna shave my head. But it's still, the dye's still on it. So I'm like, it's really not gonna do much, you know, you shaving it unless, I didn't see the permanent one. I can't find it. On Instagram. On Instagram, I posted the picture. Did ever notice? No, he doesn't really. I have a very pretty nose. Whoever says that? I have a big honker. I've been told that a lot. Yeah, so on Instagram when the permanent's on. Because we were out with the girls and I'm like, we gotta make it darker because it looks weird right now. Well, I didn't realize it was gonna make it look weirder, but it is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He'll fit right in. No, Jen, he didn't even raise money. He didn't even raise very much for doing that. It's ridiculous. The guy looks like an idiot, a buffoon, and y'all let him walking around town looking like that, and nobody donated. Nobody donated. Aww, Mary, that's sweet. That's a lot. Yeah, y'all letting him look like a buffoon, and nobody fucking donated. He got like 3 donations. Come on, people. Come on. He does have court on Tuesday. I think. Oh my God. If you stay at the Nugget, you get in the pool for free. Otherwise, it's $50. No. Kelsey, I think we looked it up. Well, then you tell Tony. You tell Tony. Yeah, he's got court. And they shouldn't. Yeah, he did this. Thanks, Jean. My nose is pretty for sculptures. Never heard that one before. Send it to Tony. Kelsey, tell her she's wrong, and send her the scan. You send her the screenshot. I'm not getting in the middle of that. You do it. Yeah, I forgot because yesterday. This is what this guy does. He's got a basket. A big basket full of clothes for the dry cleaning, right? Oh, good, Teresa. And so he comes out yesterday after the girls leave, and he has a suit. He has a suit and a shirt. And he said, I have court this week. Fuck. I'm gonna have to really work on his hair. I have court this week, so I'm gonna go drop off my suit so it's ready. And I said, well, I mean, you have a whole fucking shit ton of things because he doesn't go to court so much, right? So just accumulates and, you know, he asks me to bring it in and I forget. I mean, he could fucking do it. He didn't take it. He wouldn't take it. Jean-Pierre. He must be a Frenchman. The Frenchmen loved big snozzes. So anyhow, he didn't take the whole thing. I was like, just take it in. Tell him you need this specifically, but tell him that stuff can wait. He didn't. What a waste. And that makes me have more work. And then he's like, the other day, he's like, why? Did you take my clothes in? I said, well, no, I forgot. He goes, well, that's great. Are you incapable? Right? Are you incapable? Why does it have to be something I do? Why can't it be you do? Mediterranean, Jean-Pierre. And Italian. Yeah, I'm a mix. I'm a mutt. So I thought I was French. I thought I was French for a long time. But then I did the DNA test because my family spoke French. Then I did the DNA test and it turns out I'm 100% that bitch. That bitch that has God knows what really in her soul. So I found out that my dad's side of the family, where I get my color from, were um, gigolos. I don't know if they were married gigolos. Who is a person that likes to just penetrate, spread the seeds? So they were spreading. All that side of the family was spreading. I've got Lebanon, I got Pakistan, I got India, I got Africa, it's Italy. On that side, my percentage is higher in Italian, right? So I just got a little bit. I got Egyptian, I got, I don't know, whatever. I got everything. Cypress Islands, I got, I don't know if I have Pakistan, but I got Armenian. I mean, what? How did that happen? My mom's side is just straight a certain percentage of one thing. My dad, the fuck African. Deanna has a higher percentage of African in her than even I do. Can she say she's, when she's filling out? Anyhow, it's supposed to be funny. Somebody gonna be like, bullying, harassment. I did it, Melinda. It was a shit show. It was actually really funny to see all the areas. I did Ancestry. The whole 23andMe thing kind of scares me because I don't want to see what my proclivities are to certain diseases. Jean-Pierre, my dad's name was Pierre. We used to call him Piero, or Pete, they would call him. I was born and raised until I was like 4 or 5 in Nashville, Tennessee. No, but yes, I'm in California now. Is it very expensive? Sometimes they have deals on them. I think I spent like $80 or something on it. But yeah, that 23andMe is kind of weird. But I think I want to do that too to see, because they pick up different things. I know we're a bunch of mutts. Yes, Jade, like me. I thought it was French and Spanish. Turns out I'm neither. I'm neither. So what the fuck? The shark pool is free. Checking on adult. The tank pool, not the shark pool. I don't want to go to a shark pool. Is there a shark pool? Yeah, I don't want to see the health part. That would give me anxiety. Yeah, I'm a hypochondriac. So if I see that I have potential and markers for like all these things, I'm gonna it's gonna fuck me up. So I don't want that doodads. Yes, not the shark pool. I don't want to be in a shark pool, Kelsey. And if there was a shark pool, I would not be in it. But you're free to take a swim. So Kelsey, now calling would make too much sense. oh, I'm a very bad hypochondriac. I so am a hypochondriac. I think I have everything. Some disease, something's happening. I got a twitch in my right eye. Do you have cornea disease? Retina? My retina's busting. Am I having an aneurysm? Oh God, I was so bad. I used to be really bad. I'm not. Oh, you're gay? Congrats. Hi, Tanya from Costa Mesa, Orange County, getting exercise in. Oh, it is. You're only in the 80s? Pshh! Pshh! I would love to be in the 80s. Woohoo! You guys are kicking ass on the tickety talk. Thank you all for promoting and pushing the likes and the love. Bye, Jean-Pierre. You too, mon ami. I gotta turn mine once every 5 years. My Twitch, how do you get a girlfriend? Do you have money? Do you have do you make a good living? Do you have a big shebang bang? There's a couple just easy ways to get a girlfriend. You want a quality girlfriend? Good luck. Not a bar. Cash. You got cash. So it used to be, we used to laugh, me and Dan, because, only $900 a month. Well, you ain't getting a girlfriend. Sorry, Justin Bieber. You ain't getting a girlfriend. Hello, Kay. Yeah, no, especially a woman in their 50s. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, or 40s. They need a little bit more security than $900 a month. But what about the appendage? You got a good one? That might appease them for a little while, but I can't guarantee they will stay. You got cash, it's fine. So it was really funny back in the day. So now this is just pure sarcasm, just having fun. So when I would get in a fight with Dan, you know, or him thinking that he can get anybody, maybe 5 inches, Justin, take yourself, just stay in your room. Don't come out. Don't come out. And he was like, one thing I have, I don't need looks when I got a wallet full of cash. He can't say that today, but back in the day when he was raking it in, he had that one, because most women would go for the money. So I couldn't even play that game with him, because I was like, you win, but go have fun if that's what you need. A shallow woman who wants cash. You know what I mean? But he did. He used to, Dan was Big Daddy Dan, you know? When Big Daddy wins, everybody wins. The guy, I've never seen a more broke wallet than I have today. What happened to it? He used to have hundreds, like walk around. It's like a minimum of like $1,000 in his wallet all the time. I used to always be like, I was the cheap one back then. I was like, what the hell? What's in that wallet? Why do I need so much cash? And it was just ridiculous. And today, he barely has $10 in his wallet. There's the difference, right? Kamalakar. I don't know. It's only 71. Mary, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Yesterday it was 86, right? I always check on Hannah Banana. So anyhow, today, no, it doesn't happen. It used to be, like past tense. We don't got money like that anymore. You know what I mean? So back in the day when we had the money, I was the cheap one. Now we don't have any money, and I am not the cheap one anymore. He is. So isn't it funny how I used to buy, that's when I bought my bags. It was like, psh, psh, and I was nervous when I clicked purchase. But today I'm like, why didn't I buy more? You know? If I knew we would be here today versus last 20 years ago, I would have had more shit, right? I mean, let's be realistic. Shit. I would have bought more jewelry. I was like, oh, I don't need that. What? Bitch. Yeah, one's 18 today. So I always giggle because I'm like, what was I thinking? My cheap ass back then. The hell? Now I can't even buy one. Whatever. You would leave Dan if he lost all his money and had a 4-incher. Justin, he has all those things. He's lost all his money and his dick shrunk with every amount of money he lost. Yes, I would leave Dan. I would leave him. That would be it. That would be the two things that made me leave. The penis and the money. Bitch, I have been here through nothing. What do you think the last 5 years have been for me? Broke as fuck. And, oh, bye, C. C, love you. Let us know when you get it. Or Tony, because she'll add you. Because I don't know how to. Yeah. No, I was. If anything, I should have left his ass about 6 years ago. After the heart attack and the no working. But I'm still stuck. Yeah, I'm still stuck here. So I felt bad for him. He still has the potential, right? He still has the potential to make money if he wanted to. Got to keep him around for that. Jeez, you guys, I'm not that shallow. Yeah, it's funny how. Yeah. It's funny how he always comes back too. What's really funny is that guy is always here, which makes me wonder, like, what attracts people, and especially, I mean, it could be a woman for all I know, but especially men coming in here. I think I got bit. Oh. Come on. It's hot out here. Probably already 80 something degrees. I did get bit. It was just sucking on my blood. Damn it. I hate that. But yeah, no, I always makes me wonder why men stay around, you know, because I'm very vulgar. And what attracts, what part of my skit attracts them? I don't know. I already glossed them then. That little fucker took some blood of mine. You need a big ass industrial fan. I do. But then you couldn't hear me. At the end of the day, money is the only thing that matters. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Some of the happier times I had was when I didn't have money. Me and Dan. And really, I think that's really the true. I mean, we had enough to pay our bills like we do now. With money, we've had grand money, right? We've had a lot of money, and with that comes more stress. There's more work stress. There's more, stress in the house, because as you make more money, your expenses go up, right? And then you need to make more in order to it's horrible. Like, money is not everything. More money, more problems. Exactly. And I've been on both sides of it. I've had those experiences. And I didn't even take advantage of the more money at the time, like now I'm like, why can't we make that shit now? Life would be so much easier, but it wouldn't for Dan. It wouldn't be for Dan, because he would have to work more. I had the old Ford Festiva. And where are you looking to find my Ford Festiva? Where are you scamming for that? Where is that picture of me and my Ford Festiva? So I choose money over relationship any day. Yeah, and some people are just shallow like that. I think it's a shallowness, I think money is complete shallowness. Pics have been posted on Facebook. My pictures are posted on Facebook in my Ford Festiva. Pictures that are mine, that belong to me. People are stealing my shit. Y'all, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'm about to bust some ass. God, that pisses me off. That pisses me off more than just my videos, That pisses me off. I don't know why, but I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. That's my shit, Unless I show it or share it, it's none of your business. You've been peed off? Well, you need to be peed on when you come in here, Janet, and feel happy. Pisses me off, motherfuckers. There's all kinds of my early photos on Facebook. What is wrong with people? God damn. What are they doing? What are they looking for? And why are they stealing my shit? Jesus Christ. I need a Ford Festiva. Gal, I wish I had that thing back. I wish I had my Ford Festiva back. I wish I had my Ford Festiva back. That thing had a long stick shift, and it moved. Oh my God, that pisses me off. You guys, that pisses me off. It's like when they took my mom's obituary, That pisses me off. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? And who are you? And what's your right to my fucking property? And me! You're taking my shit! Sorry, that just infuriates me. It's like they think because you have posted it. Now, I have never posted that picture online, ever. Dan has. Dan has posted it on his, I don't know where he's done. So they've literally screenshotted it or whatever and put it up there.
that makes me mad, right? It just pisses you off. It's like, who has that right to do that and to just pretend? Are they pretending to be me? Are they pretending to be me? Or are they just using it as, and I was heavy in that picture. I was heavy. I was heavy in that picture. That was after my like stint with the anorexia. I mean, it was older. It took me a long time to get rid of that. So Maria, what did Maria say? They were stealing. Yeah, they were stealing. I can't work out right now. Oh, I've done that before. It doesn't reference, somebody says Pink Taco, or Taco, whatever, that has a shirt like this, but it was just a shirt I liked. Best taco ever. I thought it was fun. Yes, the Facebook accounts, you have never looked heavy in any of the pics I've ever seen. Oh, well, unless it's a picture, I don't know who's posted it, and they stole it out of my photo album over here, which I doubt. But, I was heavy in that picture. I was heavy. It took me a while. It took like 4 years for my body to get back to normal after being anorexic. It fucks you up. Yeah, it fucks you up. These dumbbells I got from Nordic Track. One of my most exciting moment of being a creator was Nordic Track, because we were trying to reach out for Nordic Track to give me a deal, like a sponsorship, and they gave me new equipment. So whatever, I'll take the new equipment. Surfer Girls hat. This is a Lake Tahoe hat. I love this. This is a local company in Lake Tahoe. It's called Big Truck. And I love all their hats. I love all their hats. Ed is not dead. He's alive. So if you are hearing anything, I would just not be on a casual video or live the day after Ed died. So just know that whatever you're seeing is fake and report them. You would see us announcing within a day or two. I don't know if we'd even go on the day of, right? Ed's not dead. He's alive. And whoever said that and started this rumor on TikTok needs to be punished badly. So if you see that, just like if you see anybody who says, I'm asking for money, Ed needs something, whatever, you report them. Report them. That is not us. I will never ask for money. Dan will never ask for money. I will not ask for your phone number. I would not ask to send you pictures. I will not ask for money, any kind, whether it's for, somebody said depends. Somebody said pharmacy. Ed has insurance that pays for all that stuff. You guys, come on. Come on. Come on. So if you're really believing that shit, y'all need to learn a lesson and opening your eyes, right? Stop setting yourself up for those types of things. It's frustrating to me that somebody would start that. Lisa Federico's mom passed, right? I don't follow her, but everybody's been talking about it. It's not Ed. And why are people saying that it's Ed? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't been on TikTok. I am never on Facebook. So everything you are seeing on Facebook is stolen. Love you, Janet. Don't be pissed off. Is stolen. I'm not posting on Facebook. I'm not posting. Dan's not posting. You guys, all those sites you follow are from fake people claiming to be us, stealing our shit that we have posted eventually. Come on. Do you have a special food regimen? No. I need to be back on one, though. I've been eating chips like they're going strong. Look, listen, you guys. I can eat just as bad as everybody else, right? I can eat just as bad as everybody else. I have my things. I can drink more. I eat shittier food. It's just the way it is. It's normal, right? Except you see those, women who are jacked and shit like that. Xavier, I don't think I'm even gonna respond to that question, even though you gave me $2 to answer that. That's a really stupid question in my eyes. Don't pay money for you to ask stupid questions, because I will not acknowledge you, right, for something like that. Even if you give me your $2 or whatever it comes out to be, I will not answer stupid questions. You want to give me money and donate it with your stupid question, that's on you. But to me, that's stupid. Dan disagrees and that says there are no stupid questions. To me, that's a stupid question. To me, that's a stupid question. So it should come with common sense, Rev, but people don't have that. I mean, look at our word. Look at our word. Leslie, can you get rid of him, please? Thank you. Because that's stupid Facebook anymore. I know. That idiot. You don't play that game. I don't play those games with people. Unless, thank you. And if you ever see that, just get rid of them before. Or just tell me why you got rid of them if I don't see that. But I'm not playing into those stupid fucking idiot games that people want to play. They want to waste their money. That's fine. But I'm going to very well. I can flex my leg forward and backwards, still tender. Without letting kneecaps and my head dropped in long metal. Oh God, Cindy. I'm going to tell you, Cindy, there is who even goes on stupid Facebook anymore? It is. I have my kitchen counter that I sit at. And there's these, braces, that wooden beams. And I always sit close to this one. And I hit my knee on it all the time. So I have a bruise from hitting it the other day. And then I hit my kneecap. Those kneecaps are the worst. Bye, Ben. Yes. All right. Kelsey, I'll accept yours and I'll give you attention. Yes, I love you. Now fuck off. And it hurts. So the bruise doesn't hurt as much as the kneecap hit. So kneecaps are very dangerous. And remember, I don't know if you remember, Cindy, like months ago when I had 5 tequila shots and I fell in the casino and skidded across my safe. She's safe, bitches. My kneecaps were fucked. I still even have a bruise that won't go away from that. So kneecaps are the worst thing. Bone bruises are the worst, I think. So it takes forever. Anyhow. Courtesy and common sense is gone that day. We can look at our political parties and see that. Sorry, I had to go there. It's just been on the tip of my tongue. Lily, is that what you wanted me to say? Good morning. I saw that and commented. I'm glad you commented, and I hope you reported. And your elbows. The elbows suck. The elbows do suck. So you guys be careful of the kneecaps, especially as we get older. And the elbows. Why do they call it a fucking funny bone? Because there's nothing funny about banging your elbow, right? So why are they like, oh, am I supposed to fucking laugh? No, I'm pissed off. Jane, here's my thing about Vegas. When I get into a casino, it's hard for me to do anything else. You know what I mean? Living about my elbows get hit every day. Yeah, because yes. It's the humerus. Well, it fucking ain't humerus. But that's a good explanation for that. So thank you, Kim, for telling me that. I didn't even make that connection because it's the humerus bone. It's not funny because it's the humerus bone. Yeah, get it, got it. No, thank you. Fuck the humerus bone. That's what I want to say because it ain't humerus. I got a shot in my elbow. Well, my kid broke his kneecap. They removed it and is growing in a lab. What? Recently? Just in the last couple days I've seen you? The kneecap is growing in a lab? In a plexi thing? In a test tube? Oh, our Mel came back and said it's actually the old cranon. Cranon? I don't know. Fuck. The facial expression though. Well, I'm full of that's why I can't do Botox. Because of my face. Yep. So, what did he do? What? Does he know he shouldn't have fallen on his Stem cell shit? Well, fuck. I want growth. I want to see it developing through time. Do we have a like line? Do we have an eye in the sky that we can watch that grow? Oh, hi, Raul. Thank you. My elbow's been bothering me, Rev, a lot. It woke me up last night in so much pain. My teeth too. Like, they filled my chip, and my tooth has been really sensitive too. My wife's doctor asked if I would like asked, I don't know what you said. TikTok is going really slow. Is anybody else? Because you guys are just sitting there not saying anything. He injured it at a concert last month. Oh my God, you must send me, I want to see pictures. You know me, I need visual proof. So, do you watch it? I would literally be watching my kneecap grow every day. What did he do? Fall? Did he drink too much? Did he trip? Was he taking the gummies? No, I don't want to. Is there a chiclet? I don't know. They put some filler in it. Up close, you would think it was a chiclet. But yeah, it's fun. Lily, give us all the login so we can watch it grow. He was dead ass sober. Who the hell falls sober? Not me. Well, that's a lie. You know, when you're 50 and you're in perimenopause, you know you trip, you know you're more clumsy. Yeah, I know. I've fallen down the stairs a couple times, but caught myself, hurt myself. But yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I do. I fall more. But did they put a spacer in his knee? Sadie wants to know if they put a spacer in his knee. Is Dan okay with your last? He doesn't know. Kathy, he doesn't know. I fall going up the stairs too. Here's the thing, Kathy. I'm gonna go there because I can. Even if he wasn't okay, you know what I'm gonna tell you? My body, my choice. See, girl? See, girl? See how that works? See how that works? My body, my choice. My body, my choice. If I'm gonna ink it up, I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Would you ever start and no? Right. Sorry. Hits a little too close to home, right? You know what I mean? But that's the way I view it. I sometimes just say, you know, he doesn't like it. I don't care because my body, my choice. If I want to poke it, I will. If I want to color it, I will. And sometimes I don't get your relationship with Ed. You don't get it? I don't think my relationship's important for anybody to get. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know what you want as far as background. I've given a lot of background on my relationship with Ed. You don't have to get it, but just know we have a long relationship. So, my elbow hurts right now. No, I'm not a big tattoo person, believe it or not. I'm very, I like to have tattoos in areas that I can cover up, right, and show them if I want to. I'm very private with my tattoos. Like, I don't want a sleeve or anything like that, but I try to do things that are important to me if I'm going to do them. Like this, I can put, you know, bracelets on. I can hide them up, you know. Thank you, Les. So if you want the family story, there it is right there. Leslie has created a link for it if you want to hear and learn about it. It's on YouTube. But no, I don't always, so many new people filter in and out that I don't want to constantly be talking. It's not the time to talk about my relationship, right? It's not the time to constantly talk about it. Sometimes if it falls into the spectrum of, if we're on a subject about my past or whatever, and, I don't mind bringing it up, but I'm just not going to bring it up for one person. It's just a long, complicated story. It's not even complicated, but it just is, I can't help and I can't control the filterings in of different people and wanting to know the dirt and the gossip. I'm sure you could go on those Facebook app pages. They could probably tell you. I'm matching magnolia tattoos. I love that. I love that. But I just get, there doesn't, people are always looking for something to make sense of something. And I just don't think it's necessary, why do we need the background to really make sense of my situation? My situation it is what it is, right? I've known the man all my life, practically. So, it's kind of funny when people say, oh, she's just the daughter-in-law. I've actually been with him longer than his own son. So Candace, there was a group, and so I'm a little confused, but there was a mother-daughter for sure. The other woman that was there with them in the tattoo shop, I'm not sure. I don't know if she was family, like a sister to the mom, or if it was her partner. I don't really know, but they were coming in for tattoos. They come in all the time to this family-run place. So I thought that was pretty badass. And I love that. I am so much more than just the daughter-in-law. Yeah, there's a lot of history, and it's just too much just to break in and just start talking about something that most people on here already know. Don't drink Red Bull. Fuck. Why do people care? What do people care? I use, what do I use? That Colgate, or no, the Crest sensitive teeth, because I got sensitive teeth. Hi, Erica. How are you? I hate when people tell me what to do. Like, automatically, I'm fucking 50 years old. Don't tell me what. Thanks, David. Thanks. Drink lots of it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, Sandra. And if you see the link, it's on here. And not to be a bitch about it or anything like that. That's not my intent. But it's just really hard. Just know I've been around him since I was 5 years old. And it's complicated. Our relationship is very complicated. Nothing complicated about how it is, but it just, our relationship has been complicated for 45 years. So I did to fix my chip, and it's been sensitive ever since. So mouth wide open, mouth wide open, mouth wide open, like I was at the dentist. And I just don't like it, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know if I can take this sensitivity thing. Hornet, wasp, one of them. I didn't know you knew Ed for 45 years. Yes, I knew Ed for 45 years. I met him when I was 5. Yes. Hello from Iowa. Yeah, I bought the Crest one because it was at the store that I had. And so sensitive. I know. I don't like. Then I get more dental problems. It's typical. Typical. It's what happens. Our teeth age. They crack. They break. Yeah, it's great getting old. Fuck. Yeah, Amy. I've known Ed for a very long time. Okay, really quick story, because there's other people coming in and out. My mom married Ed. Yeah, my mom married Ed. Yeah, that's the end of it. Yeah, it's it. It is what it is. My mom married Ed. Pool is free. Seating is first come, first serve. You're an awesome bitch. Thanks, Kels. Good, because I was like, at least that would be a fun day to do. I know. So, yes, my mom married Ed. That's it. The cabana us, yes, is 757. The cabana us. The cabanas, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, Mary. I like that. The cabanas, the cannabis, 575. Cannabis? Can we sit under the cannabis? That's only for 8 people, though. Bring in my ticket. Oh, shit. Jen's bringing the capris. Stop it. Do you really buy those? Are you the one that had them? Shit. You have to get there in line. With all the money I make from Ed, I can afford the cabanas. No, I cannot. I just told you, 20 years ago, I'd be rolling out the dough. I'd be putting it out in my, Salinger's got it. No, but we don't got it anymore. So everybody's on their own. And I take donations. See, I don't ask for money. I just take donations for gambling. So if you don't gamble, I'll be happy to gamble for you. Oh, Sandra. Yeah, caregivers, there's negative posts all the time. And it just sucks. You have to be able to have, thick skin in this journey. And sometimes it's not so thick because it sucks. But my mom and Ed were together. It was pretty much a crappy relationship. She got a kid out of it, which is Josh, Dan and I share a brother, right? Because my mom and Ed had Josh. It was more of a security thing. She met him. She got set up with him, and I think convenience. And, at that point as a single mom, you look for security, and I didn't like him. I never liked him, even when they were dating. She was dating a couple other guys, and just got this vibe from him I didn't like, and so the relationship was very tumultuous, and I moved out of the house at 19. Couldn't wait to get the fuck out. So that's it. That's in a nutshell. Bye, Maria. Have a good one. So in a nutshell, that's what happened. But in turn, I can't be too sad about how things happened, right? Because I have Dan. And I have my kids, and I have Josh, and oh, Mary. Oh, I love you, girl. You're way too sweet to me. And I have Josh, and I have my nuggets, and I'm like a grandma because I'm like filling in for our mom as a grandma and an aunt as a sister. And those little kids have made my life so much fuller now that my kids are older. And I couldn't have asked for anything more in my life, and I think Josh I'm very close to Josh and his wife and the kids. Obviously, you guys know I'm always going, and spending my time. I might drive up there this weekend. Today, they have friends coming over this afternoon, but I still may be crazy and drive up there tonight to go see them because I love them. And I haven't seen them because Dilly Pop had hand, foot, and mouth, right? And so I'm not going to see them next weekend. So I'm so sad. So I need to see my Pop, and I need to see Wes, and I need to see Delaney, even though she was in a bad mood yesterday and she did not want to see her auntie. But I FaceTime. Oh, Rocky FaceTime. Rocky's, I lucked out. I really did. I really lucked out with a great sister-in-law. It doesn't normally work out the way it did, but I think we hit it off. We have very similar personalities. And I think I gained so much respect from both of them with my love for their kids and the sacrifice I make, right? They look at it as like a sacrifice. And so I think even Josh, like our relationship has gotten stronger ever since they had kids because they saw my devotion. And it was so important to me, and I'm going to try not to cry. It's probably going to happen. It was so important to me for Josh and for his kids to have those elements of my mom, within their lives, even for Josh. I have my own reservations with how he handled our mom's death, and I think he still suffers today. And so I think I've done a good job. I think he's happy. It doesn't replace our mom ever, but he knows he has support, and he knows he has the love for me, and I would be there in a fucking heartbeat if they needed anything. And I know that if my mom were still alive today, my mom and I would probably have been a dynamic duo. I don't think I would have changed any. Oh, David, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are being really sweet today. Save room. Oh, they are. I call them I always tell people, people are like, well, what are they to you? Before I could tell you guys how much I love them and why, there's so much of a connection to me and those kids, because I want my mom to be present, and I always bring up my mommy, I always make sure they know about Grandma Janice, and how, those things. Because it's important for me to keep her name going, and keep them asking for questions, Judy, I think what I'm going to do, so Rocky and I are going to get matching tattoos. I'm going to put them at the back of my neck. Yeah. Melissa, I don't know, Melissa. I'm going to have to ask him. He doesn't really talk about my mom. And that's how I know that it's really hard for him. So I bring her up a lot when I'm in the house because I want him to get comfortable with talking about her. And I want him to develop a comfortableness to be able to share those emotions with his kids, Oh, Sandra, I appreciate that. And that's okay. A lot of people just take me the wrong way. And they don't, sometimes, people judge way too quickly. In the end, they would see that I'm a very compassionate, sensitive human being. I've had a lot of shit in my life. For me, right? I'm not comparing my life to anybody else's, but I'm just talking about from my life. I've had a lot of hardships, and I've had a lot of struggles, and I've had a lot of learning to do, like we all do. But it's taken me, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to do, Candace, is get him to talk about her more. The day that he brings her up first, I'm gonna die. But I am the way I am. Sometimes I come off crass. Sometimes I come off obnoxious. But that's how I get through life. That's how I cope. I've had a lot of pain over the years. Yes, Josh was in college. I've had a lot of pain over the years in my life, I've had a lot of stress. I've had a lot of, environmental change. I've had things that I haven't been happy with, wishing I was somebody else, someplace better, wishing my mom were happier, wishing I had a dad in my life, and at that point you feel so lost, and kids shouldn't feel that way. Kids shouldn't feel that way. Kids should feel safe. I've never felt safe in my home. I knew I wasn't getting abused. I wasn't, it wasn't that way. I just didn't feel safe. I didn't feel comforted the way I felt like I should have, right? And here we talk about those expectations again. As kids, you have these expectations in how you should be and how your surroundings could be. It's very difficult when I think back at my thing, I just didn't feel safe, right? I knew my mom loved me, but she was so lost in her own shit. She was so lost. She was depressed. She was, all these things. And I just remember, having to take, and I've told some of you guys this, and not to go back, and rehash all these things, but I remember having to take care of my mom when I was 3, when I 4, when I was 5. And even in her relationship with Ed, there were still moments that I was protecting her. I was protecting her from him. Not that he was abusive, not that he was any of those things, but they would get very, just, it would not be good situations, verbally between the two of them. They weren't happy. He was a control freak. There's those things that just, and I would stand in the way because I was like, don't you talk to my mom like that, and it just, it's hard. So I feel my role, once I knew Rocky was pregnant with Wesley, my life changed. And I felt like I needed to do so much more than just being an auntie. You know what I mean? Like, I needed to be, my mom was like saying, girl, you better step up. You better step up for us since I'm not here. Like, I felt that pressure from my mom. It's weird. I know some of you won't get it. Bye, Frogman. They don't, Rev. They don't. He was very controlling, Ryan. Very controlling about everything. He liked to be the person, who was like a dictator almost in the house. You may not turn on the heat. Now, if I want to turn on the heat, I will turn it on, but you may not, It just weird, right? It's just weird. So I didn't realize that it was impossible to love somebody else's kids, right? As much as I love those kids. Yeah. Oh, and even Ryan, when we're sleeping and our fan's on and he stops in the room, your fan's on, leave it alone. Your fan's on, leave it alone. It's that thing because he doesn't like that shit. But I love those kids like they're my own, and is it because, it's me and my mom, and is it my mom's blood and it's Josh? I don't know. Sean, I've said, I classified him as a narcissist. Now I got ripped to shreds one day saying that, Dan had a different experience, right? That's what makes our life so different, right? Because I had a version of his dad that he didn't necessarily have, or he doesn't remember because of the divorce. So I used that, and there was women that were pissed off at me because they went to Dan's page and tattled and said, "Oh, your wife called him an asshole and a narcissist." Okay, well, and I'm not allowed to say that. That was my experience with him, right? If I said that, and if I shared that emotion with you, it's because, yes, he has a lot of those tendencies. And I'm allowed to talk about my experience with him, right? That makes it much more complicated for Dan because it may not be the same thing, for him. But I'm allowed, like I told Dan sometimes, I'm like, it feels weird because, I understand you want to respect him and we do. We want to show how he is today. We don't want to focus on the past of the man. And that's why talking about our relationship, right, became difficult because people are going to ask questions. Well, why didn't you like him? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do whatever? It's because, we didn't want to talk about it because we didn't want to delve into the negativity of the past, right? We didn't want to delve into the negativity. We wanted everybody to see him for what we show of him today, right? He's not the same man. Does he have tendencies to be the same man? Yes. And you see it sometimes. A lot of women are like, "Oh my God, Danielle, oh, I could see how controlling he was," without even saying it. Yes, he is. Oh, Sandra, I appreciate you. You're very sweet. It makes my heart full that people do who come back like you, or like, I didn't really like you at first, but now I get you. I'm sorry, for judging you too soon or whatever. I appreciate that. That means more to me than anything, because that's why people always say, "Well, why do you talk to the people who criticize you all the time?" Because eventually, some of them actually come back and apologize. Some of them actually come back and apologize and say, "You know what? I get you. I'm more like you than you even know, and I misjudged you." And sometimes that's what happens. But sometimes people don't like me. We are not here to win any, personality awards. I'm not here to win a personality award. I'm not here begging for people to like me. If you like me, great. Come on here. Join the club, right? But I don't want. Here's the thing. There's a couple of other people who've said, "I've tried really hard to like you. I've tried really hard to like you." Girl, stop trying. I don't need anybody to try hard to like me, right? I'm not looking for you to like me. You either do or you don't. But please don't try hard. Please don't try hard. Because I don't need you to do that. I don't want anybody who has to try to like me. And then all of a sudden you decide you want to. No, I don't need that. Here's the thing about me. If I like you, I like you. You may piss me off sometimes, but there's something about you that I like. You know what I mean? I keep coming back. But don't try to like me. I'm not asking for that. You see my benefits, or you like me and my personality, you find I'm funny, or you like what I talk about, whatever. But don't try. Just because I'm Dan's wife, you don't owe me anything, and I'm not looking for anything from you. And it's okay. I try hard not to like you. Now that's better. We don't need people. I don't need people to like me for my husband. I don't care. You can like him more than me. I'm not going to be jealous. It's okay. Oh, Jesus, here he is.
Oh, you're jealous. You can't. God damn it, Candace.
And you have court when?
Tuesday.
We need to really work on getting that off your head.
I'm going to have to shave my mustache completely. And
No,
I'm gonna have to
I want the handlebar mustache.
No, I'm not
Yes.
leaving that on there.
Yes. I think
No.
it'd be good. We'll just...
Ridiculous.
Everybody says head and shoulders will help take it out. But this is ridiculous. You need to get off camera. You're gonna scare people away.
By the way,
You need to scrub because a lot of this is just the dye on your skin,
yeah.
and you got coffee on your. You can talk.
Oh, I can talk?
Yeah.
Are you
See how
sure?
that's coming off?
Because my nose run.
No, you're making your nose run.
Yeah. So, my dad was not a narcissist. First of all, that's an incorrect word. What he was,
Of course, it's
was
coming out to say.
stubborn, and he was also on the spectrum. So, he wanted to have social interaction with people, but he didn't really, outside of a professional realm where or a public realm where he was really top notch. He had difficulty, like me, interacting with people on an individual basis. So
Okay.
what he would end up doing, any kind of attention is good attention, right? So my dad would have ways of kind of picking at people, which was his way really to interact, because he didn't know, he wasn't a real social butterfly. And he never really, because he's on the spectrum, somewhere ADHD, maybe, I don't know where on the spectrum, I'm on the frickin' spectrum. I have difficulty in interactions. So you develop kind of ways to force interactions. And what my dad would do is just kind of pick at people. Like, here's an example. Like, say my brother walked into the Thanksgiving. And we had certain members of my
Didn't you
family
talk about this already?
Yes, not here.
Where did you talk about it to?
Can I finish?
Yeah, but I just remember you saying the same thing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to explain. It's not narcissism. That's a completely wrong word. So he might say something like when he walked in the door, "Hey, Ed, you're really carrying a little extra there. You got to do something about it, And then, all right, Dad. He gets angry, walks in, and then, 10 minutes later he might make, "Hey, not so much butter on that bread. Ed, well, you got to watch out." And just kind of slowly needle until the inevitable explosion. You can only take so much of that before you lash back out. And that, to my dad, was interaction, and that was really uncomfortable to other people. And, as kids, he was a little easier, but people like Janice, he was kind of the same way. Or he might, I'll give you an example with Danielle. Say she had a pimple on her face. He might come in and be all, not say anything, but just kind of stare at it, and you're looking, what the fuck are you looking at? I know he did this to me when I was young. He'd look, and you'd be all, he would just get on your nerves that way, and it wasn't an evil thing. And then he was stubborn, right? You could never, explain to him, you don't do that, Dad. You don't stare at a pimple on someone's face. You're going to eventually piss them off, right? Or, some suggestion for how you can make it better. That's the kind of traits that my dad had that were irritating. And we just did a live today where we were talking about the ability.
You did a live?
Not a live. I did a coffee chat today. And we were talking about our ability to irritate people. I was saying, Dad, sometimes I irritate you. And he says, well, I've been known to irritate people too. He knows, right? He knows. And that's the kind of drama
in
that he would create.
Today's day and age, he would be considered a narcissist. I mean, he loved his family.
Narcissist is a completely wrong word. She has
he's
no
a gas-
narcissistic tendencies at all. He's all about other people. Narcissists are all focused on themselves.
He wasn't really,
He
though.
is completely
then
focused
he
on
was
his
not
kids.
as hyper-focused
All
about
right,
his kids.
narcissism's the wrong word. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a completely wrong word. He's the opposite of a narcissist. He's he's socially incompetent, or he was socially incompetent in really close settings. He was great in public or in front of a group of people, but one-on-one, that's where the difficulty came in. Anyway, that's it. Hi, kitty. Why won't you come in, kitty?
Anywho. I know, I can't either. It's horrible.
It's fucking hot out already.
Well, he is. Ultimately, that is his father, right? I said today, I would think, not today of him now being so hyper-focused, but he was an ass, right? He was very selfish in that house. He didn't think about me or my mom in that house, right? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Nick. So, I mean, he didn't think about my well-being. Yes, I agree with you, Lily, right? I mean, he didn't care about me. He was there to torment me. Those are the things he did to me all the time. How do you like somebody who does that, who just picks on you constantly? He thinks he's being funny, but it wasn't. Like, oh, what do you have that on your nose? What's that? He was unlikable for me, right? He wasn't always the nicest to my mom because, that's the point, is that I'm allowed to have my opinions, whether or not. I think he had a lot of narcissistic traits in that house where I grew up. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. He's always loved his kids, right? He's always done everything to help his kids, but everything beyond that is very selfish. It's very myopic in his views. It was about him. It was respecting his money and him putting a roof over your head. Do you know how many times he used that against me? Hi, Marty. You should feel lucky. I give you a roof over your head. Oh, okay. I should feel so lucky. Yeah. So yes, that's just, yeah. I have a different history with him, right? It wasn't great. Shams, their relationship improved when I had kids, right? Because they love to see their grandkids. Ed was closer to us. Well, Ed used to say shit like that too, Brian. Like, Ed would call out his kids. Like, you're look. I mean, he would say the same thing to my mom. Janice, you're looking fat. Janice, you're looking a little heavy there. You may want to not eat that. What's it going to do? It's going to make you want to eat more, right? Because when you have an asshole talking to you and telling you not to do something, it makes you want to do more. So yes, that was the thing. I think Ryan was fine, Kim. Ryan's been fine. No, he was talking about his grandmother. He was talking to his grandmother. Please unmute him. Most people want subservience and praise for, yeah. And, I think that was mostly him during that time. Like, you should, be more thankful to me, right? But how can you respect somebody who, yeah, that was no. I think he was talking about his grandmother, because he said his grandmother called his cousin big the other day. These who have experienced insight have. Michelle, yeah, but I'm not talking about caregiving right now. I'm talking about my past with Ed. Yeah, I'm talking about my past with Ed. I'm talking about, like, my relationship. And what you need to do is think about how amazing it was that I could get over, right, those feelings that I had towards him, and now have him in my home, right? That's what we should really focus on, not focus on what he did. Just know that it was tumultuous. It wasn't a good thing. But when I had kids, they sold their house in the Bay Area. Did Peanut Gang just get removed? I don't know. I didn't see anything with Peanut Gang in it. But me, I don't always look. So they built a house up here in Shingle Springs. And their life improved, right, when I had kids. Now, Ed was the closest to me and Dan because my mom and then my kids. And he was always here. They were always here. And before their house was built, they were here almost every weekend visiting. They loved that, improved their relationship. And they, like I said, eventually built a house. Josh ended up finishing high school at Ponderosa here in Shingle Springs, and met his future wife at some point, I think it's great. And I think it's that, and they loved, and then my mom got sick and died. So yay. She finally got everything she wanted. She's never had a house. The house we lived in the Bay Area was a piece of shit. Ed would never put money into the house to do anything. And if it wanted, you had to pull fucking teeth and fight and scream and, whatever to get anything done. So she finally was able to do it. She was making decent money as, with her job. She transferred up here. She was making more money. She could sell shares, and she finally got the house she wanted, and then got sick and died. So it's kind of a sad, You know, it's kind of a sad story when you think about it. You know, they went through this really hard, horrible marriage, you know, and finally found some sort of reprieve. For my mom, you know, the weird thing is that I don't think, sorry, Ryan, it was an accident. I don't think he thought that the relationship was any different than like what everybody else saw on the outside. You know, I think he fantasized because he didn't know any better. The guy is kind of weird in the head. Not you, your dad. And so I don't think he ever thought that his relationship was bad. You know, like he couldn't understand why my mom wanted a divorce. He didn't understand, in his mind, he didn't understand.
Or Joanne.
He didn't understand. That is kind of narcissistic. He has narcissistic.
It's not narcissistic. That's just the wrong word. He was out of it. He was on the spectrum. He was socially myopic. Right? He did not have, and that's a trait of people with ADHD or autism. You don't read social cues. You don't really understand social interaction. I mean, I hear from his patients and everybody that worked with him professionally, absolutely an amazing man. But what she's describing is him, you know, individual, because he didn't know how to sit down and say, hey, what's going on with your life? What's going on with your friends? Or how's school? You know, we never had any kind of those conversations. They were always, you know, kind of superficial. Your weight, your face, you know, what you did in school, your education level. That's just where kind of his limitations.
Sandra, it's okay. It just ended to get that way.
He just didn't know how to connect
I'm easily
on a
swayed
deeper
sometimes.
level, on a one-on-one basis. And to him, it was normal because he didn't know any better. You know, to him, he's doing the best he could. That's just normal. He's getting interaction. It's just negative interaction.
Anyhow.
I guess I'm cut off. You don't like what I'm saying?
No, but I think
your perception is just different, right? You were protecting your mom. You had all sorts of things going on with him, and you guys did not get along.
And you did not live in the house.
But
you did not live in the house.
I know, but I saw it. I was aghast too at some of the things he did. You know, when he get triggered, he wasn't nice, and not like he was, you know, attacking, but you know, he just didn't know when to quit or when to stop. You know, he just kept going and going. And it's like eventually, you know, people would just shut him off and he'd be, you know. So it was I'm sure not easy, but he's definitely not narcissistic. He's socially inept, but he's a sweet, loving man. Everything she's saying, you know, she never wanted for anything, you know, and in his day and age, that was his responsibility to provide money and stuff.
Stop.
In his mind, that's what he had to do. That's what
he
he
didn't
learned from his
provide
dad.
for me. My mom did.
Your mom couldn't have provided for you if he wasn't paying all the bills at home. He paid for the house. He paid for all the shit.
No.
All your mom's money went to you and her.
No, it didn't.
And Josh.
He had to pay. She had to pay bills in the house too.
Not the house was paid for.
Okay,
the
go
major
away.
bills were.
You
don't like the reality.
No,
Those
you
are
don't
the
like
facts.
the reality. I can't have.
They paid for.
I can't have my own opinion about your dad in my
that's not
house.
an opinion. Those are facts that you're arguing about. I mean, he did provide in his own mind. He was providing, and to his mind, he was fulfilling his responsibility. He just wasn't a great emotional support. In fact, he was kind of a, you know, he didn't boost your confidence, right? He didn't pull you up. He kind of, you know, he knocked you down. He made you angry, and that's just.
I'm not going to listen to the man because I have my own experience with him.
But you're getting angry I'm explaining my experience, and you're getting angry.
No, you're telling me how to feel.
I'm not saying anything to you.
Yes,
I'm talking
you did.
about him. I haven't mentioned to you.
Yes, you did. You listen.
I said you were also defending your mom. You had a lot of other stuff going on in your head. Right, but I mean, people throw around terms like narcissist. You don't really know what you're talking about. Look the fucking word up.
Everybody has narcissistic tendencies.
Everybody, but his problem was not narcissistic tendencies. It was social discombobulation.
These are the issues that you have when your parents marry each other and do this shit. He's telling me how to feel. When I say don't tell
Jesus
people.
Christ. I'm telling you not how to feel. I'm telling you you're using the wrong word to describe it. You don't seem to get the difference. You're describing him, not how you feel. You're using an adjective to describe him, and it's the wrong adjective. He has plenty of problems, but narcissism is not his problem. Look the word up.
He's got a lot of his dad in him. How old are you? You still live with your parents? Yes, I still live with my parents. I think that everybody has their own truth in their relationships. You can believe me or you can believe him. And there's elements of truth in what we both are saying, right? Elements of truth in what we both are saying. I'm entitled to how I believe. Whatever. Dan has narcissistic tendencies too. Are you going to come out and yell at me for those? I think everybody has narcissistic tendencies. And I think when you don't have the ability to, you think that you should be bowed down to because you are the provider or think you're the main provider, and stuff like that. Yes, very self-centered.
If you look up narcissism, it is the opposite of my dad. Somebody who needs to feel important and impress others. Has he ever been somebody who needed to impress others? Did he drive a car to impress others? Did he wear clothes to impress others?
I said
None
tendencies.
But he doesn't care about being important.
That's
or
not what I
helping
said.
others.
But he was very myopic and very self-centered in certain things. That's very
Absolutely.
narcissistic
That's
in
not
some things.
narcissism.
Oh, okay.
Again, narcissism is a false feeling of importance, a need to impress other people, to make them think you are an important person. That's not my dad. He's the opposite of that. You're just using the wrong adjective. That's what's getting me. You don't get it. He's all the things you described. That's right. But that's not, narcissism is not the tag. He's the opposite of a narcissist.
Renee, we argue all the time. That's normal. Because Dan's always right. Of course he does, Ryan. That's why he keeps walking out here. Anyhow. Fine. He was a dictator. Is that better? He's a dictator who loved his kids and his family. A dictator, a control freak that loved his kids and his family, not me. Made my life miserable while I lived in that house. And my mom's. Yes, great person. Anyhow, so was he a bully? He was a bully in certain ways. Yeah, and a narcissist keeps coming back to prove his point. Again, this is the trouble, right? And whatever, if I'm using the wrong word for it, I think that, whatever. Everybody has narcissistic, everybody's self-centered and is narcissistic, right? Self-centeredness is narcissistic. I said tendencies, right? No, he loved his family and he was a provider, but he also was an asshole, right? And he's very self-focused. Not with cars and riches and all that shit, but he's self-focused on himself. Anyhow. Chucky, you can get the fuck out. Leslie, are you here? You get Chucky out of here. I don't care. Really listen to the people who agree with you. 9% of chat says you're wrong as fuck. You can get rid of Grizzy too, because I'm not in the mood for bullies in here. Oh God. Get rid of Mad Gun Mayhem. Jesus Christ. Y'all are gonna keep my moderators. And I don't care why people are telling me I'm wrong. I don't give a shit. Y'all think you're going to come just because Dan says something and tell me why I'm wrong? I don't give a shit what you say. Like, everybody's like, well, I'm here and I'm telling you you're wrong and Dan's right. Okay, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? But if you're going to be a bully in here and be an asshole, you're out. Bottom line. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Les. I can do it. Just if you're doing something, let me have them because I can do it too. It's just easier. But I just hate that people come on and tell me that, and everybody's trying to tell you you were wrong. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Oh, so now because everybody said I'm wrong, I bow to everybody. Yes, that's what I do. Bow down to the assholes and the idiots of the world. It doesn't matter if I use the terminology wrong. I said tendencies. Tendencies. I didn't say whatever. I said he has narcissistic tendencies and was an asshole. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? We all have narcissistic tendencies. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything that is wrong with it. Like, I am entitled to use what I want to say in varying ways. I lived it. The way he would communicate to me and my mom is so, like, he didn't care. He was, I don't want to focus on that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Dan just made it a bigger issue, right? And it's just going somewhere where I don't want to go. So, there you have it. I don't even know what I was saying before he came out. Yeah, let's do it, Marty. I know. I do. I need Kenneth. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cave. I think I'm right in my views. I don't care. I mean, I just don't care enough to sit and spend more time on it, honestly. It's just not that. It's just exhausting. If you want Dan, get out of my life. Just get the fuck off, because I'm not in the mood for you and your comments. Put Dan back on. Get the fuck out. Let's go, Marty. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, I could say he was a gaslighter. I could say all sorts of things. I want to use that terminology. I mean, nobody understands some of the face-to-faces, you know? Like, hello. Anyhow. He's really focused on his family, took care of your mom until the very end. He's a good man. ST, I don't understand what that passive-aggressive comment is about at a time like this. I think that's a shitty thing to say. Is he a good man? I'm not denying he has great qualities. But get out of here. Anyhow. Thanks, Dabia, whatever. Thanks, Kimberly. Yeah, I don't like that. Sorry, Kim. Is it me, or was that just a crappy comment? Just totally overrode anything I said. It's just crappy. I don't like that. Thanks, Nancy. But what were we talking about before that? Before Dan blew it out and made people argue and attack me? Ugh. Arrogantly overbearing. Yeah, in moments, right? I mean, to me, Mike, those are different.
All right, I'll defend you for a second because people are taking the wrong.
Yeah, you created a fucking shit
show. You gotta ignore the people that are doing it on purpose. Look, I'm not out here saying her experience or memory is not valid. That is her experience. My dad had a lot of those qualities. I'm just saying narcissism's the wrong word to use. It gets thrown around so damn much, and it's not the right word. He had qualities. I described them. She described them. He would gaslight. He would try and, he did that not just to her. My mom was driven away, not by anything nefarious, no cheating, no abuse, no drug use, nothing like that. He could just be difficult, extremely difficult. And her experience is valid. And we all experience it. Of course, she's going to take it differently because she's not his kid, right? So it's going to, and she's also defending her mom. And I think there was probably some of that going on with my older siblings when they originally got divorced. I'm sure, my older siblings kind of sided with my mom and, protected her. My dad definitely had these qualities, but he still was a really wonderfully generous person and a good person with a good heart, a good upstanding person that always paid his taxes, followed the law, taught you right from wrong. Things were kind of black and white to him. Right and wrong. That's just the way he is. And that's not to take anything away from her experience. That's all real. So, I'm not out here. It's my dad, right? So when people are using the word narcissist, I have to come out and protect him. My dad's given us, we wouldn't be here talking to however many people are on here if it wasn't for my dad. So I get defensive, and I'm just out here correcting the word because he's not a narcissist. A narcissist is a very different animal. I'm familiar with it. I've been around it professionally. I've been around it in other areas, and he is quite the opposite. He has his own set of issues, as do I. I have a lot of his issues that he has. I'm just more aware of them and try and control it. But I totally understand, my dad's issues because I'm genetically connected. So, all right, are you back? I was just a guinea pig for the die. It was nothing, I'm not trying to impress the world. It's not narcissism. I didn't dye my hair for narcissistic reasons. Anyway, it is wonderful that she's able to look past it and bring them in. And things are completely different, by the way. Now, when we first brought him in, all of that stuff was hot and heavy, right? It affected the way that we interacted. You saw me at the beginning, We had a long-established relationship with him. But all that has shifted over 4 years, right? We don't have the same relationship. She's got a very different relationship with him right now.
He still triggers me,
He
right?
triggers you, but
triggers me.
Right, but it's a different...
He still has that...
But the balance of power is over. You control the balance of power, so he can't really do the things that he did because his position to do that wasn't out of respect. It was out of necessity, right? So he doesn't have that anymore. He's just here, kind of at our mercy, and it's a very different situation. And he is extremely grateful when the tables are turned. Every single day, my dad expresses gratitude for what we're doing. Multiple times. He tries to help every single day. He would do whatever he could do. Right?
Well, he wouldn't today.
Not today, but even when I take him out, it's 100 degrees. He sees the garbage cans out there, and I've had videos of him he wants to take those in. He wants to help. He wants to contribute. That's his thing. That's his generation. He wants to contribute, and he wants to be the one providing. He wishes this was his house and we were living with him because that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a provider. And it's sad that, that when you get old and you can't do it, that's what makes us more completely sad.
It's control. Because his contribution
he wants to contribute right now.
Now it's different.
Yeah,
but back in the day,
different person.
It was the control issue because he did contribute, and so he wanted to have a.
He was controlling with his money, not with like you have to go to bed at 9 o'clock or you have to eat this or I'm going to order for you at the restaurant.
He would turn off lights on me.
He would turn lights off and turn the air off because he's paying for it, but he wasn't controlling over your life. Just controlling over things that you needed from him.
But he didn't. Yes, from him.
And we were dependent on him. Like when I turned 16, and I needed a car because I lived. I'm my parents divorced. I moved far away from my school. I stayed in the school with my friends.
He did retire too early, Mike, only because he wasn't an advertiser, and
he didn't care about money.
All of his clients died off.
And he,
patience.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But that was him, for good or bad. That was my dad. He's a completely different person today, and our relationship is completely different. Very much better today than it was before, for sure.
Well, nobody's denying that. Nobody said anything about that.
No, I'm defending you. I'm saying the only issue I take with you is using the word narcissist. That's just not the right word, and it's a bad word. So I have to come out and. That's my dad. And
everybody has narcissistic tendencies.
Absolutely. But he's not a narcissist. He doesn't have narcissistic personality control. He's quite the opposite.
He had
tendencies. Really doesn't. narcissism is about a feeling of self-import. My dad's insecure. He's not narcissistic.
When I grew up with him, he felt that he was the importance of the house.
He was the provider, and to him,
Yes, that was very controlling and very narcissistic because he felt like we didn't matter. I mean,
that's
it was
not. He wasn't trying to prove to you that
Okay,
he
bye,
was
Lily.
a good person. He was controlling. He didn't have a need to make you love him. He was quite the opposite, right? He would pick his nose. He would drive a piece of junk car. He'd walk around with his hair crazy, ripped clothes. He didn't care what people thought
my
of him.
eyes twitching.
That's what a narcissist is. They worry about how people think about them. That's not my dad.
He wasn't anybody to give me anything. My mom took care of me. He paid the house, but my mom paid bills. She bought groceries. It's not like he took care of us. He provided us a house and gave me grief and pain and misery. But that's
in the car when you turned 16.
My mom bought my car.
You drove that white thing.
That was Dave Blayman.
I know whose it was.
It wasn't your dad.
Well, you had a car.
Jesus Christ. Now you're trying to tell me what he gave me?
Well, I know you had it. I don't know where
Jesus Christ.
But he did provide things. Your mom was able to use her money to do what she wanted, which was a good thing. Right? I mean, she was able to spend that money and buy the things she wanted, and that was good. Not a bad thing.
Zoom is going to be lit today. Dan better not get on Zoom. No, Zoom was already mad at you, so.
Okay.
Um,
Mad at me for defending my father.
So with Vegas Matt. I love Vegas Matt. I would love to see. How did he treat Josh? Here's the thing. Ed is the weirdest man to describe, you guys. He is not an easy descriptor. Like, there's no words that easily describes him. Ed's a little bit of everything in my book, right? I don't care what you say. I'm still going to use the N-word. I don't care. Because in my experience with him, those tendencies were so strong, and the way he would like overpower me with stuff was like, you don't matter, right? But there's so many different things that it just whatever. But he wasn't like, it depends on how you define a father, right? Ed was a father because he put the seed in the woman and she carried him to full term and everything like that. But like, he wasn't, he's there, but he's not there. Does that make sense? Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, bye. God, for fuck's sake. Like, people leave. He was there, but he wasn't there. Josh went to my mom for everything. Like, if he had any problems with any health issues, he went to my mom, right? Nobody ever goes to their dad, right? Even Ed's older kids, whenever they went to his dad, it was because they needed help financially. You don't go to Ed for like, hey, I'm having a conflict in life, or hey, I've got this problem going on internally. What do you think? No, because for him, everything's money driven. Like, I'm not spending any money, or you're going to have to take whatever. People he's so baseline, so surface level. So my mom was the person, the parent. So it's really, yes, he loved his family too, but it's in his own, that's what it struggles for me, because I hate when people overuse or misuse the word narcissist. Like, if they call me a narcissist. No, I agree. I have some tendencies sometimes, but not all the time, because I do so much for others that it doesn't matter. So he loved his family so much, but it was his love in his way. It was his way. Right? It was his way. It wasn't like how we love today. Right? I love unconditionally. I take time out of my day to go see I don't hold it against people. Right? It's just crazy. So no, like, he's there. Like, Josh never went to him. I mean, it's always like, hey Dad, I need, tuition, or, whatever it was. it's just so fucking, he's just an oddity. I mean, you guys, I can't explain it. It was just odd. You know, I was like, I bet he's a good dad. Yeah, I mean, I guess in the ways that one would think he's a good dad, but what is classified as a good dad? I guess that just depends on how you classify a good dad. Like, to me, a good dad is somebody who's there for his kids, who takes the time out, who does things with the kids that they want to do, and that type of thing. Like, yeah, I would go to their sport if it wasn't like, oh, let's go to, you're going to go where I want to go. You know, it's not about anybody but me, right? I'm doing what I want to do, but I love my family and they're coming with me. What is that? What is that? What is that? I'm doing what I want to do. I love my kids, but you're all coming with me, but it's what I'm doing. I don't care if there's anything to do for the kids, right? Joanne used to do the same thing. She was like, let's do something and let's do it catered around the kids. Nope, we're not. We're doing what I want to do. Yeah. And you know, and that's why, again, right? Bringing up the past, bringing up our experiences, it's so different, right? Because it's his dad. It's his dad. It's his dad, right? And so he feels an element of protection, which I get. And that's why we didn't want to go into the complexities of our relationship, because it brings up things, right, that we don't want to focus on. And here we are focusing on the past and the ugliness that was there in the past instead of what we have today. What did your mother see in Ed? Security. She had moved us from Nashville. She worked for a dental office. Dr. Fernando introduced her to Ed. Ed was alone and lonely. Ed needs a woman, you guys. Ed's not a good single person. So, that's what happened. And she thought she could just have another kid and have security and have a decent life. And really, she had a decent life. She, I don't think, had love, right? But her life provided her, you know, me and Dan, and being able to see some grandkids, and, you know, it flourished in the way it did. And, you know, it is what it is, you guys. I mean, it is what it is. It happened. I can't change the past, but, everybody's feelings are valid in this. Everybody's feelings are valid. His feelings are valid. My feelings are valid. And, you know, but overall, I was able to overcome them. The whole point of that is I was able to overcome it and keep him in my house, right? That is the beauty of this whole thing, because I never thought I would be here. Honestly, I've never thought I would be here. I never thought I would ever be able to care for him. I tell you guys all the time, like even my family and my family, my mom's side of the family is like, Jesus, never thought this would happen. It's so, they giggle because it's like, they knew the relationship. They knew my mom's relationship. My grandparents couldn't stand the man. My grandparents couldn't stand the man. My grandmother would get so mad at him all the time. And she would say, oh, get out of here. You know, he drove people nuts. He just was crazy. My grandfather would leave the house. He would leave. It was the funniest thing. He would like literally be like, I can't handle him. I'm going. Let me know when he leaves. I mean, I have stories, you know, it's just him. It was just, he's an odd man. I told you every time, his brain needs to be studied in the Smithsonian after he dies. Oh my gosh, you guys, the stories I could tell with my grandparents. And my grandfather would stay out of the house because, you know, Ed couldn't sit in a place for a long time back in the day. Like, he has ADHD, so he couldn't, like, in the morning time, he would bug my grandparents. You know, he just irritates people. He just picks on people, right? And he thinks it's funny. And my grandpa would just take his ass. He'd be like, I'm going. he would say, yeah, he's just, anyhow, what is the nicest thing Ed ever did for you, Danielle? Help me start this page. Help me start this page. He's given me back more than I could ever imagine. You know what I mean? He gave me Josh.
I'll answer that question because that's not true. He gave you the page. That's not the nicest thing he ever did for you.
Oh, don't say you.
No, not me.
Don't say you. I don't.
That's a good answer. What he did, he proved who he was. When her mom was sick, my dad was the sole caregiver.
Here comes Dan again, giving his side.
You agree with this? That they were never closer than when her mom was sick, and my dad went above and beyond taking care of her. He made sure, especially towards the end, the last 6 months, he was there every day, making sure.
Yeah, he left. Dan's opinion is taking care of my mom. Yes, he took care of my mom until her last breath. And he wanted to do it. You know, he would have, if I had the inclination to do it, he probably would have fought me to do it. Because that's what Ed needed to be needed. Does that make sense? Like, Ed did his best work when people needed him, right? Whether they're sick or they were in trouble or whatever it is, he liked that power to be able to help, right? I can guarantee you, if I was in a place to take care of my mom at the time, and he probably wouldn't have let me do it. He wouldn't have let me do it because he wanted to do it. He likes to be needed. And yeah, he was a pain in the ass sometimes. I got mad at him when I was there visiting her and stuff like that because, you know, she needs to do this and she needs to do that. And I was like, okay, we'll get it done, but just don't yell at her. You know, because he was caring for her. He did. He took care of her until her last breath. But I don't think that's the best thing he's done for me. I don't think that I wouldn't classify that as the best thing. Like I said, he took care of my mom, yes, and that was very noble and kind of him to do so. But at the same time, I feel like today, right? Today, yeah, it was for my mom. It wasn't for me. So I don't think that's the best thing he's done for me, right? I kind of felt like, well, it's your wife. I mean, that's Dan's opinion, right? Once again, that's his opinion. Mine is giving me this page. Mine is also giving me back what I was going to say before he came out, was also giving me, because here's the thing. With this page, right, with this platform, it's giving me a look into myself for 3 years ago, right, and changing my behaviors and letting go of things and making amends. What he has given me is my platform, which in turn has made me capable of forgiveness, right, and making amends with him before he dies. That's what I was going to say. That's what he's given me. In turn, giving me this outlet, but he didn't realize in turn this outlet allowed me to forgive. And of course you don't forget, you guys. You can forgive, but you can't forget, you know? It makes my stomach, ugh. Because that's the intensity at which I struggled. It was horrible. The first couple months in these platform helped me see me and the things that I was holding on to that was just so not beneficial. It was weighing me down. I'm getting that closure. This platform has changed me in so many better ways than people even know, because it's in me, right? It's allowed me to open up to care for Dan's dad, right? You guys, he's in my house. He wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for me to change. It wouldn't have happened if I couldn't have fixed myself. It didn't give her more time, Kathy. It did not give my mom more time. Don't tell me what it gave my mom. It didn't give her more time. She was dying. There was no way he was going to prevent her from not dying. My mom was dying, and I had 3 young kids in school, and I couldn't take care of her. I mean, if I had to, she would have been in my house. That's the best gift he could have given me. Forgiveness, closure from a past that was not pretty. From a past that was not pretty. A past that was ugly. I mean, you guys, when he was here for the first 3 months, Mark and Dan are like, oh, it's, relies on Danielle, right? It relies on Danielle, if they were, they weren't going to be the ones to put him in a home. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll drop him off and throw him out, I have no problems. I'll drop him off, and that's how I felt. And they kept dragging me along, and they kept pushing, and they kept, and then I started getting pissed, right? About, why are they putting on me? They're putting this pressure on me. Dan's like, well, if you can't do it, then, you know where he's going to have to go. It's like, well, great, more pressure. So I felt like I was trying to make it work. It was a sacrifice for my husband. I had to sacrifice my husband. I had to sacrifice because I was like, okay, what kind of wife am I if I can't even sacrifice or try to figure it out? And luckily I figured it out. I figured it out. It's not easy. I'm sacrificing my life, my freedom, for that man. Is it always hunky-dory? Fuck no, it's not. Do sometimes I regret it? Yes. Do sometimes I wish that I had the freedom to travel and to do those things? Yes. Does he trigger me all the time like I'm his own? Yes. Yes. All those things. But don't come on my page and tell me that I'm just the daughter-in-law, because it's so much more than that. There's more history than anybody can understand. He's here because I said okay. He's here because I made it work. That's why he's here. I figured out a way. And you ask anybody who knows my past, my high school friends, all those people who knew, they're still like, holy shit, girl, I would have never thought. That's right. I would have never thought. My comedy, my sarcasm, that's how I cope with it all, you guys, because I can tell you the things sometimes I have experienced or I have gone through. Nobody knows what you go through. You don't know it. Nobody knows what. Dan doesn't even know. He thinks he knows. Like he tells me how to feel or how I should feel. Fuck that. You don't know. You don't know how it made me feel. That house made me sick. But here I am today, showering the man, dressing him, washing his clothes, changing his sheets, making sure his room's clean, feeding him. Do I yell? Yeah. Do I yell at my husband? Yep. But that's our dynamic. My house was a yeller. You don't think Ed was a yeller? Well, let me tell you something. I learned from the best, and that was Ed. My house was in constant disarray. My house was yelling. We yell today because that's who we are. That's who we are. So Dan has asked me before, why? Or no, not Dan. People are like, I had a brain fart. People are like, shit, I was going something really good. Oh, Dan, I was right. Dan always says, well, why do you get so triggered? You know, why do people trigger you so much that you have to respond to them? And you know what I said? Because it triggers me that people don't understand my journey. It triggers me. Honestly, it triggers me. Because I've worked my ass off to get here today and to do what I'm doing today. It triggers me that people want to see my tone as the problem. They don't want to look at the big picture and see, wow, you know what? I don't necessarily like her, but she has sacrificed a lot. She has sacrificed a lot for her family. It triggers me. And that's how I cope. I cope by dealing with the constant battle. And I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I just have fun with it. And it really doesn't trigger me in a way that I get angry. It triggers me just because I like to have sassy. And that's how I cope with the ugliness that gets thrown in my face all the time. But it does trigger me because I've come a long way. And I do a lot of things because I know what I do. And people just don't want to see the good in people, right? And I'm not just talking about me in general, but just everybody on social media. Sometimes I'll scroll through comments just to see kind of the ridiculousness of people. I know what I do. I don't have to validate to anybody how hard I work or that. But, you know, it just bugs me that people want to focus on the stupid things like tone. You know, oh, she's horrible. She's a bitch. She sounds horrible. That's just my way. It's just my tone. I talk to my kids in the same fucking tone. Now, she talks to her dogs better. I talk to my dogs in baby talk. You want me to talk to Ed in baby talk? Oh, Ed, you think it's so cute. Do you want to kiss me, Eddie? He would look at me like I was smoking crack cocaine. My dynamic is not necessarily your dynamic. And the way I communicate, the way our house has communicated for fucking years, that's our way. It doesn't mean we love any less. And you love better because you give him kisses all day long. And what about the husbands that fucking cheat on their wives and they kiss him and tell him they love him every day? Same fucking principle. Just because I would kiss him and hold his hand, that would make me a better caregiver? Fuck that bullshit. Don't come at me with your bullshit. Don't come at me with that stupid ass bullshit. Because that's bullshit. I love you means nothing unless you show it. Right? It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know, Mike. I have to get through Vegas. What says his ex-wife about him? I'm not going to put words in her mouth. But she divorced him for a reason. Yes, ma'am. Anyway. Yeah, people are dumb because they think that I could just sit there and I'd be the best caregiver ever if I just showed me kissing Ed and just holding his hand. That would change my caregiving. That would mean I would lie to you. Yeah, that's what that means. If you want me to do that, that's a whole farceness that I don't have. Me and my husband don't even hold hands. We don't even kiss. It's very weird. It's not the family dynamic, you know. Realize when you judge some other, you know, caregivers, just because you don't do it that way doesn't make them wrong in the way they're doing it. It has to do with the family dynamics. And if you're yellers, if you're cussers, guess what? It's going to be the same way no matter if your mom has cancer or if your father has fucking dementia or vice versa. Ed would know today if I was any different from how I've been with him for the last 45 years. I actually show more respect today than I ever have in 42 years. 42 years. So don't tell me how I should treat the man. Come on. Come on. Oh, hi, Q-Ball. I love you, bruh. Yeah, you know, I just can't, you know, it's hard sometimes because, you know, I am human. I have feelings too sometimes. And, you know, the world is a very ugly place and people are very ugly. And it's hard sometimes when you're in a low to deal with the bullshit. And, you know, I don't question myself with any of these people that say, you know, anything anymore. I used to question like, shit, what am I doing wrong? I don't see what I'm doing as wrong. I post videos. You know, people are like, why did she post this? because it's me. Because it's me. If I thought something was wrong with it, do you think I would post it? Do you think I would post it? No. I post it because that's how we do it. And that's how I have dealt with him my whole life. 45 fucking years. That's how I am. Anyway, I've been on here way too long. Thanks to Dan for that. Anyhow, I love you guys. Remember, you are important, you matter, and your feelings are just that, yours. And as you can see, I still am not allowing people to come in and tell me how I should feel or how I'm feeling wrong. Nope. I do it even with my husband. So you guys own your shit and stand your ground. Maybe if it's the wrong word, maybe it's whatever, you still have a feeling of those things. And I'm entitled to what I believe, whether I'm using the wrong word or not. Just saying. Anyhow, stand your ground, set your boundaries, and keep moving. Because you know what? Life is hard enough. Life is hard enough. Love you guys. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for the gifts, you guys.